Good morning. Good morning, CDP. Good morning. Life begins at 75. I hope you all are doing well. It's just a few of us in here, but the Bible says where two or three are gathered, He's in the midst. So we're going to go ahead and start. The first thing I really do want to talk about today is the Pope. I think that as time goes on, this Pope is going to be extremely controversial. He is a social justice Pope. I have learned that most popes who take the name Leo are about social justice reform and change. So we're going to see that. What's up, Patricia, with this pope? And so already we know he doesn't like J.D. Vance. He doesn't like what Trump is doing. He is very much a left-leaning pope when it comes to politics. It seems. I'm not saying that he's political, but there are some things that he dislikes from posts and things that he's put out there. Let me say this. Hey, what's up? White people really are getting unnerved that it may be a possibility, and I don't think it's a possibility. I think it's a fact that this man is Creole. What's up, Tanya McNeil? Not only does this man have Spanish, Italian, but this man has Haitian and African American blood. The man was born in the seventh. His family was born in the grandmama, I guess, was born in the seventh ward of New Orleans. Okay, and it shows that she has Haitian descent and African American descent. She was a Creole woman, and they moved to Chicago. And his family, mama, has to be born in Chicago by way of Louisiana. And if you look at his last name, it's Prevost. We always want to go to French Canadian. Well, his mama again lived in the seventh ward, which was predominantly African American. She had Haitian roots. So Prevost is a multiracial child, but you know what it is. And this is the sad part about it. White people, you made these constructs. You use them when it's convenient for you. But when it's not convenient for you anymore, this is what y'all try to pull. This is what y'all try to do. And it's being hushed, but there is a man in New Orleans who is a scholar when it deals with Louisiana history that has traced that Prevost name. And child, we know what the deal is. We know it's given. Regardless, he's the Pope for all people, just like Barack Obama was the president for all people. So we're going to see what's going on here. But our first American Pope may be of African American lineage. So I think it's really interesting, and like I said, it just goes to show you the diversity. But if they have roots in Louisiana, yes, he's Spanish, yes, he's French, yes, he's Italian, yes, he's African American and Haitian. Always trying to leave out the black. Always try. I mean, blackness is not a curse. You all have just put it that way because of your construct. So I just wanted to say that because maybe social media is ablaze, and I have read where people have brought up his heritage, and the other folk just getting all upset, all out of their body and stuff. And I'm like, you had a black president, and he did really well. So now you got a biracial pope, and you getting mad? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The things that you constructed, and you want to talk about, we gonna undo this. No, you did it. Y'all have made race about everything. So anyway, I just wanted to say that because it was getting on my nerves. I was reading people comments. It's like, you people. You people always want everybody. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't want everybody to be black. However, when and this is the thing, the evidence is sitting there staring them in the face. It was a whole article of a person who is well read. I mean, university trained, went back. They, you know, Gates. So they went back, and they didn't even go on his daddy's side. This was his mama's side, and they found out his mama people are from New Orleans, Creole, lived in the Seventh Ward. Yeah, and so now we got problems with that. So I'm just putting that out there. Here's the evidence right in your face, but yet you gonna deny it, talking about something y'all want everybody to be black. Move on. Anyway, and it's already playing on the news in New Orleans, all on the news in New Orleans, reputable news sources. Get over it. The man is biracial, and people can look white and still have black blood in them. That's his heritage. What's up, Uncle Clyde? What's up, Barbara? What's up, everybody? If I didn't call your name out, I hope you all are doing well. I had an awesome sleep today. I felt so good. I will be tasting those cookies tonight. There is an African American business that just sent me some really, really nice looking cookies. So I'm going to be giving the girls my thoughts on that. Either they're going to be good or they're going to be busted bricks. Okay, as Luscious Massacre would say. And so we're going to see what's going on. Um, you all, let me say what's going on with me. I don't do a whole lot of beef sector talking about stuff, and I really don't know what's going on. I just, I just don't watch a lot of the folks. Some things I do watch, like I said, I watched that Pizarro clip when Ghetto Intellect was going in and acting silly. I watched that, and then I think that's it, y'all. Can I say it's just I don't think I'm not deep to call people demonic, and I'm not trying to get all deep like that and all super spiritual about the beef sector. But it comes a point in time where it really gets old, it gets juvenile, and it's like, damn, can we talk about some deep stuff? And the only reason why I do look at some of the stuff is because I do think that there are lessons to be learned from all of this foolery. And I think that, people should be able to see what's going on. But, baby, it's, ugh, ugh. And so, again, we are looking at other stuff. Occasionally, I might dip back and say, hey, they doing this, and the third. But, you know, I mean, to be honest, y'all, what are they talking about now? Be honest with me. What are they talking about now? What are we dealing with now in the sector? What are we dealing with now? Somebody said something about lemon, honey, coffee beans. I got something. Let me read what lemon done did. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. Hold on, y'all. So Coffee Bean said, Thick Lemon dragons from panel last night. Okay. I mean, see. Okay. I mean, okay. You know what she gives, and she'll be back on next week. Moving right along. Okay. I mean, all right. What else going on besides that? See, is that it? Is that all going on? Now we know they went in on Lady Sparkle. Uh, it's just really weird. It's you know people just it's just not that deep. It's just not that deep. It's not funny. It's not hilarious. It's just slapstick. Somebody says he says he needs a battle to deal with them. If you can wake up early, content you can go to sleep. Look here, child. I don't look for it. It's not even being lazy. It's not funny. It's just not funny. It's not well thought out. That's lazy. Panels are lazy. And again, you all, this is why it is what it is. I'm really on here to talk to the rider lives and the people who come on, talk about current events, a little bit of stuff that they do. Nobody ain't getting up early to watch this junk. Um, you know, yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. You got alcoholics all over the place. Just, ugh. They say people's houses ain't clean no more. Mhm. Okay, they ain't no clean houses and oof, people begging and yeah, it's just a little different. People picking fights with folks. They need content. It's just a hot mess. But I ain't getting up early. I get up early enough. I ain't getting up early to go watch that mess. But I am getting ready to start doing research though, and my research is going to be on pregnancy in the church. And I have a hypothesis that, and this is the black church, but I have a hypothesis that AME, um, certain Baptist congregations have lower pregnancy rates than Pentecostal folk, PAW, Church of God in Christ. And I do think that there are some correlations with that. I do believe that education plays a role. I believe that I think that people talk to their kids a little bit better in those churches, and I do think that there is a major difference. And it was just a notice of mine. You know, when I was at my Baptist church, there was few people who got pregnant. As soon as I stepped in that Church of God in Christ and started going to them apostolic churches, baby, people was popping up pregnant like rabbits. And I was just wondering if they got all of this holiness and all of this is fundamental. Why are these girls getting pregnant? And why are these boys getting pregnant? But I think the more you tell people don't do it, with the less education, they want to do it. And I think in those other churches, they probably advocate birth control and all of this stuff. And that's it. And we got to factor in the A word because some of them may be able to afford it. But I am going to do some research on that because it's always been in the back of my mind that those things have happened. So I'm going to do research on that. That's going to be something that I'm going to be looking into. So somebody said Ness. What about Ness? He was drunk. Yeah, he's always drinking. But again, not y'all, but some people. Let me quantify my words. Some people like him drunk. It seems like he's funnier when he's drunk. And then when you're drunk, you can make an excuse for bad behavior. When you're drunk, you can do what you want to do. You're in it, you're not inhibited. But you're drunk. Oh, it ain't no terrible topic. It's a real topic. It's a real topic, coffee beans, because all my life from the Holiness Church, I heard that they don't have it over there. But my thing is, that's an observation. And there's no bad topics in academics. It's either right or is it wrong. So I don't think it's a bad topic. I think it's a true topic. And then my thing is why. Okay. I mean, you may not like the topic, but I think it's a important topic because I think there needs to be dialogue of why all of these kids over here get pregnant and why these kids here are less likely to. But hey, everybody don't like it, but I'm gonna do that research. I don't care about no backlash. That's why it makes it so good because it is controversial. So nobody care about no backlash. And the thing is, you can easily find a lot of things where what religion people are. It's interesting, but anyway, I will get a sample and we'll go on with it. I think it's important. I mean, you may not think it's important to coffee beans, but I think it's important. I think it's important because sometimes people might need to turn shifts, and what they might be doing to their kids might be detrimental. Or maybe they really need to talk to them in a realistic manner about sex, because the baby ain't the only thing you can get these days. I'm just saying. So anyway. I think it's education too, but I think it's doctrine. You know, when you tell somebody not to do something, they're gonna want to do it. And then this is the thing that really bothered me with those churches. Um, they would just tell their kids don't do it because they were ashamed of talking about sex, even though they done had all these cheering. They were ashamed of almost talking about sex. It was like, ooh, that's sex, but and I think it does harm the kids. When you tell somebody don't do it, what that mean? What that mean? What that mean? Don't do it. Instead of saying, hey, let me talk to you about sex, and giving people a realistic view of it. Because let me tell you something, if you don't give them the right message, the streets will give them a message. You don't want the message that the streets going to give them. You know, you really shouldn't be having this until you are ready. If you're afraid to go get condoms and stuff, then you shouldn't be having it. But if you're going to have it, you want to keep yourself safe because there's a lot of things out there besides pregnancy. And you talk to your kids and you be realistic and you show them pictures and everything and let them know what's out there. And that's what you do. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. And then they'll rail against sex education in school, but yet they do a piss poor job at home. I'm just saying. That should be up to the parents. Okay. Okay. But the parents don't be doing it all. Don't do it. Don't do it. What that mean? What that mean? Somebody told me that they dad told them don't be scared. Don't. Okay. Don't be scared of what? I mean, it's these things, and it's funny because we were talking about this in a group of people, a group of friends, and they were just telling us, what the deal was, and I'm like, your dad said don't be scared. What? I'm like, what are you? What? Be scared of what? My mom and dad told us, look, we really don't want you having sex, but if you're gonna have sex, you better go and get some condoms. You better go get some, told my sister birth control pills, because my mom and dad was like, we're not taking care of nobody's kids. We're not going to alter our lives because you made a decision that, they were very upfront. They let us know what the deal was. And truth be told, quiet be kept, nobody ain't got pregnant until they were married. They were very upfront. You know, my sisters were dating when they were 12 and stuff. I mean, and it was funny because my mom would take them to the movies, and then the boy's mom would pick them up, and that was the day. And a lot of people had issues with my mom and dad, and my mom and dad was like, my kids are not gonna be ignorant, and they're gonna know how to date. That's the problem. Y'all holding y'all kids back and so on and so forth, and then they pop up pregnant. Uh, so that's how we. Hey, you just gotta use wisdom when you raise. And these kids have more access to things now. They have more access to things, and you. I mean, to be a parent now, it'll probably be. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I'm just saying we didn't have cell phones back in the day. Not to say, and it was already dangerous when we were. So can you imagine now with the cell phones and the internet access and all of that stuff? And yeah, you got to be careful out there. You really have to be. So yeah, yeah, you got to be honest with your kids. Don't do it. What don't do it mean? Don't do it. Don't be scared. I mean, but this is what parents have told their kids. They really never. Let me tell you something, y'all. I know somebody right now. She went to a Pentecostal church. The girl was pregnant and she wasn't showing. Child, the mama found out she was pregnant when she went into the room and the girl was going into labor. Baby! And that it's a true story, y'all. It's a true story. The girl was going into labor in her bedroom. That's when the mama found out. The girl water had broke. And the mama talking about something push. The girl talking about something, what's that? Ain't have no neonatal care. Ain't have nothing. Ain't have nothing. Had that baby. I'm telling you. She had that pregnancy. And she was already skinny. So, baby, yeah. Mama was coming in that room. Honey, that head was coming out. Woo, Jesus. My God, can you imagine? Can you imagine your daughter say they sick and they ain't going to school, and then she screaming your name, and you walk up in there and there's a baby head coming out, and she ain't tell you she was pregnant? But say that's the kind of stuff. Huh? They was nasty back in the day too. Don't get it wrong. Back in the 20s, 30s, they was nasty too. They was just sneaking nasty, and they ain't had no internet. But baby, they was hunching too, and they would send the women way off somewhere. They would have the baby, and they would come back, and the auntie would take the baby, and that would be their cousin. Child, y'all know how they used to do it. You know how they used to do it. They didn't put the baby up for adoption. An auntie or somebody in the family took the baby. That's how they used to do it. My mom says the people were not allowed to speak on. Mm, her daddy had a lot of power. Her daddy had a lot of power. A lot of power. He had a lot of power. What's up, Ebony? 757. What's going on? I mean, I heard her daddy used to have freak out parties before freak out parties even was freak out parties. Maybe they say that Caesar Franklin used to have them real crazy scandalous parties, men on men, women on women, men on women. It was crazy. Way before Diddy. Way before Diddy. That's what they said. Now that's what they said. Now I'm serious. They said that maybe they used to have freak offs way before freak offs even was a thing. Okay? Yeah, let me say this. It's not hard for a lot of stars to go right into the music industry because they done already had a traumatic life. They done seen everything they need to see. I'm just saying, but I'm looking at this stuff now. Somebody told me to watch Eyes Wide Shut. I didn't know that the man who made that movie was found unalive months after he made that movie. But it dealt with ritualistic stuff in Hollywood and what they do. I know they had that witch who used to make these effigies of people. They be eating off of people's bodies and all of that stuff happens, you all. And again, I'm not conspiracy theory, but this stuff happens. And all you got to do is look at Disney and how they children turn out. It's some dark people, and I do believe that you got to do things to move up. And we were just talking about Terry Crews. Baby, when that man grabbed Terry Crews' junk in front of his wife, and the man is married himself, it goes to show you what these people will do. And the thing is, his wife probably knew already, but she probably staying for the money. And Terry Crews knew if he would have hit that man, he knew what would have went down. So Terry Crews had to sit there and eat that. But that's what they do. I'm telling you, it is no joke. And everybody wants this fame and fortune, but they don't know what they got to do to pay for it. And it's levels. It's levels. So it's levels, baby. I'm telling you. When Cynthia Houston let Clive Davis take Whitney, she knew what was going to happen. Um, when Usher Raymond Mama, that Diddy get that boy, Diddy Camp, baby, you knew what was going to happen. Justin Bieber, same thing. And I'm going to say this, y'all. That Diddy trial getting ready to come up. I don't know if Diddy going to say anything because, again, Diddy life may be in danger. It's a lot of stuff going on because when you get ready to put other people's stuff out, it gets real dangerous. It gets real dangerous when you get ready to put other people's stuff out. Yeah, it gets real dangerous when you put other people's stuff out. So I think, people think they get ready to get a revelation with Diddy. If Diddy start telling, I don't know how long Diddy got to live because maybe they'll get him right in the prison system. Don't ever get it twisted. So Diddy probably will keep his mouth shut. But when people are threatened, they'll find a way. I'm telling you. You think everybody think they want to be friends with these people, and y'all don't know them people have you doing things. I don't know, y'all. It's just a different season. And let me tell you why I know this. Do you see what happens in the beef sector? Do you see how people try to manipulate? I'm gonna tell it. Y'all don't want me to tell it. I'm gonna tell it. Tell it. I'm gonna get ready to tell. I'm getting ready to show enough tell it. Do you see how people manipulate people? in the beef sector? Have you all seen in the past when folk had people doing things and stuff? Let me tell you something. If it's happening on this micro level, you can imagine on the macro level how it's going. If these people can manipulate people and have them to do things, they're not even famous, and they have people doing all of this crazy stuff. Why don't you think that folk would do it for Diddy? See, y'all better wake up. I would never do that, but yet we got people right in the beef sector doing the same thing. Come on, come on, Uncle Clyde. As soon as this thing, I hate this referral thing. Now I can read your comment. Diddy pissed off Clive Davis allegedly, and now he's paying the price. These gatekeepers don't play. Clive Davis, the one who brought him in. Clive Davis with himself. Clive Davis even said he was bisexual. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. There's a lot of stuff. But Diddy thought he was a gatekeeper. Diddy thought he was a gatekeeper. And people will remove themselves from you. You'll never know that Oprah was a friend to Harvey Weinstein, according to her, but they didn't want to leave that alone too. You know what though? I think Terry Crews was telling the truth, y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't like Terry Crews, but I think Terry Crews was telling the truth, and I think Terry Crews was telling the truth. So many rappers have come out and said what they said and what was going on, but I believe Terry Crews. And people don't care. People don't care how big you are. They don't care because again, they think that their money is power. And this is why you have this. This is why you have Paula Abdul concerned because she was SA and here she is. Here's Paula Abdul established on Idol and scared to talk because these people do that kind of stuff. And see, I don't know if I want to be in an industry where people at the top who doing this controls my monetary gain and my future and all of this stuff. I don't know if I want to do that. And then, your privacy is invaded. And let me tell you something, that Scientology, baby, let me tell you something, Leah Remini, that should be good enough evidence right there that when you go against Scientology, baby, they're coming against you. Because their whole goal is to get all the information they can on you. And they want you to be very vulnerable with them. And it's not to help you, it's to entrap you. So when you leave, they got a whole dossier on you, and you're kind of trapped in it. I'm telling you, it's manipulative stuff. And this is why I tell people, at these churches and stuff, be careful. Because some of these people's intents are not pure. Some of these people are there to really entrap you. And I'm telling you, when I was at a church, and all the ministers had to sign, um, um, agreements that hey, they can't share anything with anyone, and the only thing they can share with the pastor, unless it was criminal, because if you go out there and put somebody's business out, then you're going to be held liable for slander. You're going to be held liable for slander. And a lot of people don't understand that churches can get sued. People praying your business out. I mean, and I used to tell them that it's very serious that the only thing you should be telling is something is criminal, and so on and so forth. But if somebody comes to you with something in confidence and y'all go out there and put people's business out there, you all are going to be held liable. Oh, yes. And churches have big insurance policies, baby. Church Mutual, they cover a lot of churches. hmm I'm just saying, you got to be careful because there was a church, and I never forget it. We studied this in seminary. We did Church in the Law. They had a class called Church in the Law, and it was a fundamental church. And a lady went there, and they accused her of sleeping with this man. She denied it, but she actually wrote the church a letter resigning her membership. Well, she went to another church, and they have this belief that you mark a man or mark a woman, you know. So they felt it was their duty to call the next church to tell them what they thought she was doing, right? Baby, she got wind of that. She got a lawyer. Baby, she got that church for $5.5 million. You know that church ain't had no $5.5 million, or did they? Yes, they did. All of that property was worth $5.5 million. She got the church and everything. Now, had she not wrote that letter of resignation, she would have been bound because you got to watch what you agree to at these churches. When people say, "Are you willing to abide by the rules and regulations of this church?" Baby, you better know what the rules and regulations of them churches are, because some of them rules and regulations will get you hemmed up. But because she actually did a letter of resignation, it terminated everything. And they went and called that other church, and she got wind of it and sued that church. I'm telling you, y'all, people don't play. I mean, seriously, she sued that church. I was like, wow. But it was and of course with church and the law. And y'all, this is why I think seminary is so important, because it gives you a perspective of things and people, and you learn demographics of people, and it's not bad. It's just knowledge. It's just really, really looking at stuff. My seminary experience was great, and I don't think it took me from God. I think it drew me closer, because my thing is, people say some messed up stuff and stuff that ain't even scriptural. It's taken out of context. And this is why I don't sit here and fight with people about religion. And the sad part about it, I used to be like that. I'm serious. But my thing is, a lot of these ministers don't want people to go to seminary because they don't want you to know more than they know. And a lot of this stuff is about control and manipulation. When you start telling people that tithes and offering is not New Testament concept, that's definitely Old Testament, and you to be a free will giver, see, that messes up people's money. And people get a little mad about that because it messes up their money. But my thing is, if you would teach people how to give, and if the churches would give people something to give back to, then maybe we would have a problem. I think there's a church in New Jersey, and they have financial literacy classes. They have employment classes. They help their people. They empower their people, even their children. They go to college. They have a big college rate. I mean, they believe in investing in the people. They put money in the people. Well, when people know that you are doing something for them, and when they know that you have really drastically changed their life, not only spiritual, but here on earth, folk will give. You don't have to beg. During COVID, this man said they didn't miss a beat. Because, again, when you done help somebody's child go to school, or when you got somebody from minimum wage to making good money, they don't forget the church. And it's not only about the spiritual. See, we always talk about the salvation thing, and that's great. But people got to live here on earth. You ain't going to be caught up just because you get saved. You still got to live on this earth. So you need to teach people how to do that. And a lot of churches are not doing that because they are egocentric, meaning that they are focused on that pastor and that bishop, and that's all. They totally forget about the people and serving the people, and start serving that man. And that's the problem with a lot of the churches. That church was not only doing Bible study, but they were doing financial literacy class and all of that stuff. They were helping people in the reentry process who were incarcerated so they wouldn't go back, making sure they got IDs and stuff. I mean, come on. Social justice. That's all that is. Trying to help people live and live a good life here on earth so they'll be thankful to God in they beyond. Oh, I know y'all don't like this preacher, but I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. So those are my thoughts and those are my feelings, y'all. But anyway, oh Lord, I know this. Look, I know this ain't people's cup of tea. I don't have the fortitude today to talk about foolishness. Um, we are in a free fall economy. The president is trying to put all these Fox News people in cabinet positions, and I'm laughing, but that thing is real. That man is trying to put drunk Janine up in a cabinet. Miss Alcoholic, I be drunk on the set. Janine, whatever her name, Pereiro, whatever that name lady is. Ooh, ooh, she just crazy. And he trying to put her in a cabinet post. Jesus. I mean, y'all, hey, we got a lot going on. Thank you, Coffee Beans. We got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. And I'm telling you, we act like nothing ain't going on. We act like everything is all right. Maybe them imports from China done tip. It's going to affect the truck drivers. So you know the truck drivers are going to be affected. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. Who contacted me and they wanted me to sample their cookies online, and I said I'll do it. I'll do it. Yes, anything for black business, the black business. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Them cookies look good. Ooh, them cookies look good, baby. Very decorative. Look like diabetes in some dough. But we gonna try it in Jesus' name. We gonna try it in Jesus' name. That's what we gonna do. So what else is going on, you all? Anything interesting going on? Anything interesting that y'all want to talk about? Cause maybe I'm just here shooting the breeze. Oh my! So I dropped the link for anyone who wants to comment. But like I said, I'm easy like Sunday morning today. I don't have anything major. I don't have a problem with that. I'm good with that. Um, you know, I'm just ready. Things will change, and I think as things change, different audiences will come. But it's just interesting, you all. It's just interesting what's going on in our country. Um, it's interesting how people think and how they process things. Um, yeah, yeah. I keep on saying that there are no friends on YouTube, and I don't take that back. There's always a caveat. I'm sure there may be friends on YouTube, but you shouldn't let people know who they are because these people whole deal is to tear up and destroy. And if Tommy and Castro together again, I wouldn't say nothing to nobody. Shouldn't have been up here on the first in the first place because I knew that's what people were gonna do. These people are not happy with folk being happy. They ain't happy with people being happy, baby. They ain't. They're not happy with people being successful. If you trifling, drunk, alcoholic, drug addicted, scratching and surviving, hanging in the child line, they love you. They love you because they like that kind of stuff. They don't like people who doing it. Then you get labeled, oh, you body, and that's really on them. But these people like mediocrity. They like mess, and I ain't mad at mess, but it's just like the Dragon situation. Dragon is popular because Dragon is a whole mess. Now I guarantee you, if Dragons get herself together and get an apartment and start living good, baby, they'll have a problem with Dragons. But as long as Dragons is out there living from pillar to post, baby, they good with that. They good with that. They good with that. They good with that. They good with a man who will sit there and drink all night, and they good with that, baby. They good with that. And I mean, I ain't mad at them, but yeah, I can't watch it because I think it's a tragedy. Because not only are you know, you're killing yourself slowly. That much alcohol, and your body got to process that mess. Child, killing me softly with that drink. Killing me softly with that drink. Tear my kidneys with that drink. Killing me softly. Alcohol. Oh, oh, la, 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 oh, la, la, oh, oh. Oh, anyway, baby, I did a whole Killing Me Softly. Mm, my God, today. She chose to leave her apartment, so she want to be episodically homeless. But now let me say this now: if she homeless, she get benefits. Y'all didn't know that, but if she homeless, she get benefits. If she homeless, notice she keep on getting these places and then getting out. Uh, but it don't make no sense. But Dragon's getting some from that. Don't think she homeless for a reason. She getting some out of that. Somebody said Dragons had an apartment. Had. hmm Well, that's what these people do. And they love some dragons. I mean, but if dragons get it together, they ain't gonna like her no more. You know how that is. Food stamps, them free phones, because they get little free phones. Now, I'm just wondering, does she still have a job? Cause anyway, y'all. Look, I ain't trying to get into it. It's just what it is. It's just what it is, y'all. It's just what it is. There's a lot of girls done been on here in boarding houses and people with bathrooms down the halls and it's a shame, but that's what people want for themselves. You know, some of them people qualify for them government phones. They qualify for them government phones. Uh huh. They get them government phones. So, is Lady Sparkles in here today? Child, they was coming for Lady Sparkles so bad it hurt my heart. Well, like I said, you all, I don't know what's going on with the girls, but they got a lot of issues. They got a lot of issues. Somebody said I heard she stay up all night. She's staying up all night doing what? Y'all heard that? Stay up doing all what? What all night? Staying up doing what all night? She better stop walking them streets when she gets some of that Walker, honey. That Walker Flocker, baby. That Flocker take you out. Y'all saw that lady. You see me? You see me? She was on that stuff real bad. She said, "Come here, come here." She said, "Come here." I ain't gonna ever get that. She was all in the street screaming and she was touching on her stuff and she was trying to get that police off. She said, "Come here, come here." She said, "Bring your A over here." Ooh, she was trying to get that man. And it makes people um more sexual. Oh my God, they become real sexual. Oh my God. Oh, that thing ain't no joke. That Walker. Catherine Powell on the case. Come on, Catherine. Catherine Perry Mason Powell. Catherine Matlock Powell. Catherine Colombo Powell over here. Come on now. Catherine is on the case. She said, yes, Coffee. Dragons had an apartment that she was sharing with that man for $2,100 a month. She had to pay half of the rent each month. Somebody said by the time my mom would stop talking, I would run out of minutes, girl. Yeah. Girl, you said them 200 minutes went quick. Ah! Okay. Now, $2,100 a month. That sounds about right for Miami. And that probably one bedroom. Man, get off that phone. Who these people be on these phones, texting and stuff? Mm-mm. Okay, Coffee Bean. Coffee Bean said she talks a long time. Let me see what y'all saying here. Somebody said her minutes won't last. Okay. Somebody said, child, what? Ooh, I hate this. I hate this, y'all. I hope they hurry up and take that thing, that referral thing off of my phone so I can read what y'all saying. Child, the devil don't want me to read what y'all saying. Ava said, child, They giving out Androids with internet. Uh-huh. Somebody said Dragon showed us it was a two-bedroom, Pastor. However, she knew that she can afford that rent before she moved in that apartment. Woo, Catherine, you be knowing her. Mm, 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 mm. I don't know how people live in Miami. If you haven't been born and raised in Miami and got a place, I don't know how you live in Miami. Miami is expensive. Even, I mean, there are no outskirts of the city anymore. I mean, you can't get places cheap in Miami unless you go down there to Florida City or you move to Goulds or Richmond Heights. Because Miami is expensive, and even those places ain't cheap. To live downtown Miami for a studio, you can pay almost 2,000 a month for a studio. So Miami is extremely, extremely expensive. Baby, the pocketbook wars are still going on, baby. Baby, these luxury, honey, these Chinese people are not playing with Louis Vuitton. They're not playing with Hermes. They're not playing with these. The Chinese people say, girls, you are not getting ready to act like we got cheap, inferior products. We make all of y'all products. All y'all do is just do that last stitch on there and put that the little hardware on there. And then y'all talk about it was made in France. China say, don't do me. China say, don't do me. China be saying, we make all y'all stuff. We got all the leather. We got everything we need right on over here. China said, stop playing. Chinese people said, please stop playing Europe. Don't play us. And the thing is, I, baby, these women been spending $5,000, $20,000 putting payments on Birkin bags, and them things ain't worth nothing but $1,000 to begin with. And I'm just like, really though? Y'all paying all of that money for these items that cost $50 to make? Yeah, all to be a walking billboard for these people. Let me tell you something. If I'm gonna get something, you know it's gonna be bottom dirt cheap. Let me see what y'all saying. She talks about celebrities all night. Oh, okay. Well, I hope she get help, y'all. I mean, she might need to go back home to Chicago and try to find a job or something. I don't know what's going on with the lady. She says she worked. She says she met that man at work, whatever that work may be. She really may have met him at work. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all still talking about them minutes on them phones. Mm-mm-mm. Well, look, y'all. Somebody was saying I'm teaching my son how to prepare a roast last night. He kept talking. My God, today. Well, look, y'all. I am at my location. Y'all, thank y'all for coming over. I appreciate you all. I'm sorry, I just wasn't talking about people like that tonight, this morning. I just, you just get tired of it, but it is what it is, and yeah, I'll do what I can. You all, it's not the same. Things change, and it is what it is. You all. So, But don't forget tonight I will be sampling those cookies from that black business. Oh, please come in. Oh my God, I'm gonna show you all the cookies. I'm gonna show you how they were wrapped. And then we're going to warm those jokers up, come back, and then we're gonna sample them. I'm excited. So we're gonna see that. But I want you all to see the wrapping. I want to see you to see how this person does it. It's so professional. I was impressed with how they was wrapped. It was like okay. It's giving very bougie cookie company. Yes, very bougie cookie company. Like, and I'm serious, those cookies looks better. Her cookies look better than Tiff Street or Crumble. And yeah. So I cannot wait to sample. What's up, Mayor Detroit, if you in here? So I can't wait to sample them, y'all. So it's gonna be good. So y'all please come on in and we're gonna do this tonight. Amen. So come on in and I'm gonna have a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm not with the milk. I ain't with the milk. Mm-mm. And yeah, and the only milk I do now is coconut milk. But milk. Mm-mm. Baby, them cookies look good. Ooh, that Oreo one. Ooh, baby, she got it plot right in down in the middle of it. So please come on and please tell a friend. And I'm gonna put it on there, so y'all come on in. Well, look, y'all, let me go on here. I'm gonna listen to some news. I'm at my destination, y'all. Ooh, come on now. Y'all have a good one. Peace and love. Bye.